and welcome back. This week we have an in-depth look at a Chibson ES 355 Noel Gallagher, so-called Murphy Lab. Not quite the same as the Gibson, but there you go. Today we'll do an in-depth look at this guitar, all the specs, all the measurements, pickups, etc. See if the Varitone switch works as well. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and that means we can give you the newest videos that we do every bi-weekly, every 3 weeks. And let's get into it. See you in a minute. Right, here we go then. So, 355 Cherry is the colour. It's nitro cellulose. We'll just take a quick look now and then we'll do the electrics and all the details later. I'm going to take all apart for you so we see the internals of the pickups, the volume and tone controls, basic electrics, and machine heads, tuning post, etc. But this does have a lovely neck. That is supposed to be ebony. You know, I will tell when we take a deeper look. That is a bone nut, I'm sure of this. This does have a big diamond. A lot of these replicas, you know, the Epiphones, they have the smaller diamond. That's a big one, just to let you have a look. And again, it does have the stereo look on the headstock there. And again, we'll check to see if it is actually stereo. I have my doubts. We're also, this is the Varitone switch, which essentially is like a notch switch. You know, on my acoustic amp, I have a notch switch, and it takes out various frequencies. There are 5 positions on this. And when I do the pickup checks later, that should respond to the amount of ohms I'm getting from the pickups. I think the original 355s go through the capacitors. Whether this does or not for your notch, your frequencies, we're going to find out. It's got a nice pickup guide. I'm not too keen on the extrusion, is it? There's shit there. You can hear that? So that needs to be rectified. Nice replica of the Nashville style, sort of bridge piece there. Obviously a copy of the Bigsby, and we'll check that out. This is not a sort of diving guitar by any means. We'll check the stereo out, as I say. The interesting thing I find on this, which is difficult, and I will show you a different shot, is the back serial number. You probably can't see it, so I'll get a different shot. Normally on these Chibsons, it's stamped into the body, as against sort of manually done at the Gibson factory with proper stamps. But again, we'll have a look at that. Okay, so for now, let's go on with taking it apart. Okay, here we are for the details. We'll start off with the scale length. We'll see what that is. You measure that from the onto the nut to the bridge here, and that is 24 3/4 inches. That's the same as a Gibson, or near enough in metric. What is it? Almost 63 millimeters. Then, this has not been altered at all yet. This is straight out of the box, literally. So I have tuned it up, but I haven't adjusted anything. So the string height above the first fret, let's have a look, is dead on 20 thousandths of an inch, 0.50 mil. That's pretty good actually. Top string, number 1, that is 0.13 thousandths of an inch and 0.33 millimeters. So that's pretty good. I'm not going to alter any of this. It's been set up good. The nut is good, as I say. It's bone, so happy with that. Width, nut width. 43.59 metric inches, 17.72 inches wide. At the 12th fret, width 2.10 in English. Metric is 53.41. Now this is a 60s thin profile neck. I won't measure, I'll measure that later, but it's a lovely thin profile neck, plays very well. Next we're going to take the strings off. Strings off, here we go. Okay, let's see if there's a centre block under these pickups. There should be a centre block in here for the 355. We'll find out. There is, and the good news, I'll show you, is it's actually a long neck tenon as well. That's great to know. And the pickups, they've got Chinese writing on them, but they are wax potted. That's great news. I'll get some closer shots for you. Just hang on a second. A long neck tenon. The routing looks pretty good as well. Let's have a look. It's pretty tidy to me. Great thing, the wax potted pickups. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it is wax potted. The identification on the pickup, that's just got Chinese writing, which means nothing to me. But a pleasant surprise, this long neck tenon is quite an important feature. Fret height is 0.132 inches. Let's see if I can do that auto. 3.36 metric. So that's actually a jumbo fret. This is definitely a jumbo fret. Okay, let's take a look under this cover plate here. Let's see what we've got. Ooh. I guess it's the tape off of the paint. It looks a little bit untidy there, but hey, what do you expect for a bargain guitar like this? That is your truss rod adjustment. It's a 5mm hexagon. I dealt with that screw that was a finger cutter. I just used a drill and sunk the screw in, so now it's absolutely fine. This is the Varitone switch. It has actually got 5 notches on the switch, which essentially is a notch controller for your feedback. A slight disappointment, it's just a paper sticker. However, if you look online, to get a proper poker chip style plastic thing like the Gibson is very, very difficult. Yeah, so these are obviously replica Grovers. Let's see how many turns it takes to get for one revolution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's 18 to 1 for these replica copies of the Grovers. I'm very surprised about that. I'd like to hear other people's opinion of that as well. Okay, here's pickup readings. So we're on 20 ohms right there. We're on the neck pickup, top here. Volume tones all flat out. So first pickup here is 8.07 on position 1 of the Varitone. Middle 4.72, bridge 4.72. Position 2 on the Varitone. Neck 4.72, middle 4.72, bridge 11.35. Position 3, neck 8.07, middle 4.72, bridge 4.72. Position 4 on the Varitone. Neck 4.72, middle 4.72, bridge 11.36. Position 5 on the Varitone. Neck 8.07, middle 4.72, bridge 4.72. Position 6 on the Varitone. Neck 4.72, middle 4.72, rear 11.36. Okay, let's go for the sound. I'm going to do all clean on each position of this Varitone switch. I don't really understand all the readings as you've seen earlier. If you know, then please tell me. So we'll start off position 1 in the neck position. And that Varitone is 8.07. Middle reading 4.72. Bridge reading 4.72. I could actually hear it warming up through those different settings. Okay, position 2, neck 4.72. Middle 4.72. Bridge 11.35. Position 3, neck 8.03. Middle 4.72. Bridge 4.72. Position 4, neck 4.72. 4.72. Bridge 4.7, no, 11.36. Okay, position 5. Neck is 8.07. Middle 4.72. Bridge 4.72. Position 6. Neck 4.72. Middle 4.72. Bridge 11.36. Well, that's all 6 positions with, and you know the readings, I've got the specs earlier and I've read them out. There are definitely subtle sound changes. Whether that's the true Varitone, I don't know. I might dispute that, but if anyone out there knows that those readings and those differences are normal, please let me know in the comments. Now we'll try some distorted sounds, overdriven sounds, and again the same run through. I'll get this switch back to 1. I'm only using the orange Crush orange amp, as you see behind me, all flat. No effects, nothing. So, let's have a look then. So, position 1, neck. Middle. Bridge. Position 2. Middle. Bridge. Neck. Position 3. Middle. Bridge. Okay, position 4, neck. Middle. Bridge. Backlight. 5, neck. Or is that 6? No, it is 5. Middle. Bridge. that's position 6 on the neck. Middle. Yeah, well, I'm not sure that this is wired up correctly, but there are some interesting tones. I mean, please give me your comments on that. And obviously I'm only using this mid-priced Orange Crush amp, and it's not all valve, I know that. One of the interesting thing for me, there are several things. The quality of the guitar overall is good. It does have some issues, which I'll put in the video. But with the several layers of the trim here, it's a really nice thing that the machine heads, the tuners, even though they're read at 18:1, I'm finding one in particular, which is on the G string, is causing problems. So they're obviously not the best quality. I think over time, the advantage of having a centre block, you could, if you wanted to, put a hardtail. I may change the trem here and put on a little tail piece. The trem actually is okay, but it's not holding tune, which is why I haven't used it. So if you do want to change this, I would recommend getting a real Bigsby. This, although it works, you can't actually dive on it, but it doesn't really hold the tune. Let me just take that out and I'll show you. Right. It's okay for your small things. But I wouldn't go any lower than that, because I have noticed over the last day or so, any diving obviously just takes it straight out. So if you really want to use a Bigsby style vibrato, I'd recommend just swapping that out. The pickups, I've had this amp louder when I've been using it, and I think because it's a centre block and they are wax potted, there's no real feedback issues. So again, that's a really good thing about this guitar. The pots are small pots, they're not big pots. You probably couldn't get them through these F-holes anyway. And the body's a decent weight, so you know, it's a guitar in the sort of price range. I think the retail is about $650, but if you join the Polaris Music or get in contact with Bad Cats, there are discount codes, and I think this I said was about $381, nearly $400, and for $400 it competes very, very well with either Epiphones, Ibanez and guitars far above it, in my opinion. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you like it. Excuse me. Please comment, subscribe, like, helps the channel. I'm trying to build it, so any help will be much appreciated. And we'll see you next time with something else.